All right, thank you so much, Lindsay. Well, reading is fun. We all enjoy it, right? But what happens a lot of times is we start a book and we never finish it. So with some insight into that and some other cool things, we have Howard Berg with us this morning. He is the world's fastest reader.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being with us this weekend. You're in town from Texas, from Dallas, for a really cool event that's happening.
Yes.
First off, how did you own the title of world's fastest reader?
Well, the easy answer is I read faster than everyone else. But what happened was I was in Guinness. I'm the only person who was ever in the Guinness record book for speed reading, 80 pages a minute. And they require you to submit documentation. And the average record has like a show or an article. And I had 10 shows, 5 shows and 5 articles. So I had 10 times more collaboration than the average record does in the book.
And so, okay, we gave you a little bit of homework this morning. We asked you to read this 600-page textbook. I mean, this is not fraud case book is what it's called.
Lovely book.
Yeah. How did it go? How long did it take you to read it?
Well, they gave me like 5 minutes. I read half of it in 5 minutes. And basically, it's talking about how people take advantage of their employers. For example, there was a janitor who put false people on the payroll and paid them and kept the money. There are people that are going on trips and charging things that never happened, and then they pocket the money. People using identity fraud in banks, and they're collaborating with like scammers, and they're cashing checks that are fraudulent, and these are huge amounts of money that are being lost. And it's telling people in business that you shouldn't give anyone that much power. There should be supervision, there should be reviews, they should keep track of inventory, and you shouldn't just have one person who does everything, because you open yourself up to making it too easy for someone who's unethical to take advantage.
So clearly you have retained a lot of information from the book, and you said you read 300 pages in 5 minutes.
Right.
How?
Well, most people read, they have a voice in their head. It sounds like someone's talking. And speed readers have a movie in their head. It's like driving. When you're driving in a car at 70 miles an hour on a highway, you're processing front, back, left, and right, instruments, gauges, talking to your friends on the phone, listening to the radio, and you're bored. You read about 200 words per minute in one direction. You're lucky if you remember the name of the book and who wrote it the next day. When you're reading, you hear one word at a time. So we're actually using our eyes to listen to a book. And what we want to do is to see the movie in the book that we see in the car, so you can take your speed up about 100% in about 2.5 hours.
And so is that why? Because like I told you earlier, I've been literally reading the same book for months, because you reach that part of the book that's like boring, and then you can't get past it, and then it's too late, and you feel like it's been too long, and you either have to start over or just forget about it. So why do people read so slowly? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and in fact, I could show you how to speed up right now if you'd like.
Okay, real quick.
It could take you up about 20% in less than a minute.
No, really?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
When you're at home, take a book, time yourself for a minute, read the way you normally read them, take a pencil mark, and see where you got. Then go back. Let's go to the first page of a chapter. It's easier to measure from the beginning.
All right.
Take your left hand and move it from the left to the right margin completely across, one line at a time, as quickly as you could comprehend, and have your eye following your hand. If you know what you're reading, go faster till you don't, so you find out where your ceiling is, and then go back down just a bit so you know what you're reading. Practice that for about 10 minutes. What you're doing is using your hand to read more visually. And if you do it for about 10 minutes, it'll become more of a habit. Then go back where you started initially, where you tested yourself, and this time read with your hand as quickly as you can comprehend, and you'll pass that initial spot by 10, 15, maybe 20% faster just by doing that. And we're actually doing a program this weekend.
Yes, tell us about that.
TampaSpeedReading.com is the website, TampaSpeedReading.com, and it's called Supersonic Speed Reading. It's at the Renaissance International Hotel, and it's from 8 to 12 tomorrow, and they will double their reading speed in that 4-hour period. And I'll also show them how to remember and retain. We had 19-year-olds pass the bar in California. Another got his master's in math at 19.
That's
and
great.
I'll show them what we taught.
it's not just for pleasure reading. I mean, you could actually use it for like bar exams and important
Absolutely.
like
I did a 4-year psych program in a year and a graduate course in educational psych in 7 hours and got a B+ in 50 minutes.
Wow.
It's doable. and I'm doing this with kids, so it's very trainable.
That's incredible. Yeah. All right, so interesting. Thank you, Howard Berg,
for being with us
this morning. All right, we'll be right back.